Terror, in its own words, takes viewers inside the world of Muslim terrorists waging war against the West. Join us now, the author of Infidel, Ayaan Hirsi Ali. Thank you very much for being here with us. You say you renounced your faith after 9/11.
Yes.
Is that correct? Why let those who misuse the faith, because they are radicals, and maybe not even be observing the faith as it's meant to be observed, dictate your own faith?
I'm afraid that that's not the truth. I'm afraid that the Islamic faith has not gone through the Reformation and through Enlightenment, and that it is the faith that is as it is. After Bin Laden, after 9/11, I started to download the documents of Bin Laden, and I started to hold them up against the Quran and the Hadith.
But is that true Islam?
Yes, I was shocked to discover that that was true Islam. But that doesn't have to mean the end of Islam. What Muslims can do is not renounce Islam like I have done. I mean, that was just for private reasons. Right. But what they can do is acknowledge that what Bin Laden is saying is correct, but that belongs to the 7th and 8th century and not in the 21st century.
There are 1.4 billion people, I mean, depending on various estimates, but around that number who practice Islam in the world today. Are you suggesting that all those people are radicals or believe what Bin Laden claims Islam is? Don't most of those people want a peaceful world?
I'm not saying that all of them are radicals. I'm saying Muslims are varied, but I'm saying Islam has as its basic tenets elements that are not compatible with liberal democracy, and that if you want to wage war against non-Muslims, in this case the West, that you will find enough ammunition within Islam. But Muslims are varied and can't be persuaded otherwise. Yes.
This is amazing book. You're at risk. You feel your life's at risk having written this book.
Yes, not only this book. It was at risk before I wrote it.
Right. Why?
Because I've left the faith. If you have become an apostate. In Islam, you cannot, unlike Catholicism and Judaism, say, I no longer want to believe in what's in the Quran. I no longer want to follow the Prophet Muhammad. If you do that, somebody is apt to think, basing himself on the Quran, that by killing me, he or she will go to heaven.
I want you to explain, your life is fascinating. In a shorter period of time we have, you and what you lived under yourself, where you grew up and growing up in Islam.
I lived in a tribal society, in a clan society. I lived, Islam was, I mean, my religion was in every, it was not just like the Catholics going to church on Sunday, but it was there every day, every minute. And it is what I would, in short, say, would call it a medieval society if you compare it to, for example, the United States.
And more particularly, you have been outspoken for women's rights. Explain.
Women, Muslim women are not allowed, not all of them, of course, but most of them. They don't own their bodies. They are forced into marriage or persuaded into marriage, not sent to school or removed early on from school, undergo female genital mutilation, which in itself is not an Islamic practice, but many Muslims practice. It's just not the same as I describe in the book, the same as living in...
Well, the book is phenomenal, and it really is an eye-opener, and I congratulate you on the courage to speak out.
So, Lee, we thank you very much for being with us tonight. Thanks for your time.
Stop financing terrorism. Join Terror Free Energy Coalition. Visit www.terrorfreeoil.org.